This is a nice closet wardrobe, and the middle has a mirror to it, and it's pretty simple for the most part. You have this and that. Just lay everything out. I put the doors, laid the doors up like this. The shelves aren't hard to differentiate because they just have the notches. So I put this top and bottom. This is one of the shelves, but this locks everything together. And these are the walls. So first of all, this is the two ends, just so you can't mess up. And this is the middle. So the middle one doesn't have that finger on the end like this does, if you can see that. So I'm gonna take this, the middle one, I wanna move everything out of the way and just have the middle one laying down. So I took the middle piece. This is the middle. You have to figure out which is the top, and you know that because the top has them two centers. You see what I'm saying? There's two holes in the center because that is going to be where the pole wants to go to hang up the clothes. So that's the top, and this is the hinges, and that's the bottom. So I want the opposite end, the other side. So I'm gonna take this side. I'm gonna put two metal pogs and wooden pogs in the center. See, that's where the shelves go. This is the bag that I wanna use. This is the only bag that looks like this. Actually, you want to break both bags open because you need the wooden and the feet and everything. So that's how it wants to look. And then you want to put the metal, wood, metal, and wood. And you want to make sure this is the base because the other side is unfinished. And you want to go like this because that's the top. We already know that. And you want the holes to be on the bottom like that. But the face is finished and the back is unfinished. And then you want to put these and lock it in place. Now, this was just laying down like that. I lifted it up, locked the two plastic pieces together. Now you want to, for the bottom, you want to put the two wooden pieces in. And this is the top because this is on the inside, and that's where you'll see what happens with that later. So now you want this would be the bottom. That's the bottom because there's only two of which can be the bottom, and that doesn't. Just bring this over here, and you see you want the finished edge to be on top, and there's no other holes on the bottom. That's the inside. So that's how it's gonna be, and you're gonna take two of these and screw them in with the tool that you have. inner hose has the wooden piece. So that's the way you want it to look. And I put the wooden pieces on the actual long piece just because of the holes. So you have equal bite. And that's how the screws go on the outside. So now moving on to the end pieces right here and right there. I laid out, and you want the 4 circles to be on the top, the big circles, because the bottom doesn't have no big circles. And the face is going to be, because it's going to go like this on the front. So the back wants to be, see the lip wants to be on the outside. So this lip wants to be on the outside too. And then this is the face, because it's going to come up like that. So this side is like this, prep the bottom. You want on the face end, you want one wood, one of these, and one of them. And on this end, you want wood, you can see. And then this end locks into this. So you want that, like that. And then this is just the opposite of what I had on the front. Just because the metal pieces on the top over there wants to click into here. But don't lock this in yet, because you have additional pieces to put on. But I like to lock that part just to keep this from falling, so I have one less piece to worry about. So this is how it's going to be. See, I'll lock this in, but be careful when you're wiggling everything in, especially when you put the wood on this side, because if it's not going in correctly and you bang it, it could pop out on the other side and you could ruin the appearance of your cabinet. So before, the reason why I don't lock these in yet is because I want to put this on the face. I still need to put this piece in, and I still need to put that piece on, goes in the back. So you want the woods to, and then I'm gonna lock everything in, including these two on this, and I'll show you the after. After all said and done, this is the way it looks. Everything's locked into place. Careful, because they are plastic. And I did the bottom too, right here and right there. And that part does not have any. And don't forget to put the feet in the holes. So you got 2, 4, 6. And now I'm going to go to the top and prep the top out. And I'll show you the after. Before you move on from the bottom, you want to do some additional work. Is you want to put an L bracket right here, right there, and right there. And how they look is 1, 2, 3. And then the holes get 1, 2, 3. And then on the other side, there is no hole. So you use the pointy screws, and these are the only 3. This is the top. I prepped it, and now this is how it looks. On both ends, get the metal, because the 2 in the middle get them screws that we put on the bottom, but the 2 ends here, and then the 2 middles get the wood, and including the middle 2 middles, And then you have this 1, 2, and 3. That's the third one. I didn't put it in yet because you have to use the hammer and hit it in fairly straight because you can mess it up and then you'll have a wooden chip. The little white pieces are the door stoppers. So I picked the top up and I put the top right here, front facing front, and see the door stoppers are right there. And you want to plug everything in. This side, nice side is in the front. And then you want to lock everything in. And for these two right here, get these 2 screws. So I'm putting it in, and because I put the wooden pogs on this side first, see, they're coming through, and that's what sucks, because now you need to find, that's why I put it in this part first, but I was kind of in a hurry, and I did that, and now it's poking through, so I need to take it out or find a way to poke it back through or leave it. This is the top anyway. So that's how it's done. That's everything. And see, I locked 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I put the 2 screws here. And now, for this part, they want you to put these on like that. The arrow's out like this, but I don't like to put them on. But what I like to do is I like to put this on the door first and then slide this, and the arrow goes in like this. It goes in like this, so you're gonna go in like that, put it halfway, and then tighten this screw down. The reason why I like to do this first is because I like to put them on a door. That way I can hold the door up as I'm putting it on and make sure that the door is pretty much level, because you can adjust it with these screws right here, but it's a lot harder if the whole door is really off. So now that all this is done, I'm going to turn the whole thing over and put the back on. So now that I flipped everything over, you want to put the back piece on. So how that works is you unfold it and make sure the white side is in. And I believe that one of these sides are just the same size as this, but I could be wrong. So I write a line for the center, and then I get like a long level of some sort and run a line all the way up the back of this, so I know where that line is. And here I make a line here. And this is going to be difficult because the center's here. That's the difficult part. And that's the top to connect the line. So it was just as I thought. The line is the center. So it's kind of a hit or miss right here. See, it's pretty center. And then you have this. So you just slide everything down. See, that side is shorter than that side. So I flipped it around. Make sure that it's nice. And see the line. It's perfect. But that's a cool trick for anything else too. And let's check the top. Top needs to click in like that. Yep. And that's the line. So that's perfect. And then now what I do is make sure that it's all nice like that. And I'll nail it in all around and try to sink 2 nails in right there in the middle. Or 3. So this is the back. I put the back on. As you can see, I ran all the screws up the side, all the sides. Now, if you're uncomfortable with, well, this end, you're gonna have to eyeball it. But if you're uncomfortable because of this, you have this piece right here. You put it on the end and you put the screw in like that, like this, and you put it on the end, and it's a guide to help you. And if your fingers are big, you can use it the opposite way too. Right here, you just kind of lined it up with the line like that, and put the screw in like this, right in that little hole to kind of hold it, and then tap it in. So that's how you do that. And now everything is done, so I can lift it up, and I'll show you how I prep the doors and put the pole in and put the shelves. So now I lifted it up, and you got the shelves. I'm gonna put the shelf in on the bottom. There's only one, it's not adjustable, the big shelf, but these shelves are adjustable. You have 3 holes. I normally pick the middle hole, but that's up to you. That's how big everything is. That's the bottom. And these are the pieces you put in the holes. So there should be 12 of them, right? So I put the pegs in right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and see, that's how it goes in, and it's nice. So I'll put the top one in and put all 3 of them in, and then I'm gonna put the bar for the clothes, and I'll do that and bring it back. So this is to put the pole in. I put one side to give you an idea, and this is the screw you need, and the bottom hole gets this, so it's going to go in, and then the screw is going to go in there, and then the pole is just going to lay right on top, and it's shaped to lay right on top as well. So this is for the hinges part. You want to, the arrow goes in like this, so you want to go like that and kind of just adjust it and bite the back of it, and that is your measurement. Like that's good. And then you screw in the screw that is visible and make it tight. So now for the doors, the 2 sides, first of all, you want to make sure all the holes match up, because you don't want a door to be upside down, and you know, and the 2 end doors, you can get confused. So make sure, put them side by side and make sure they're the right size. And the 2 end doors are the plain doors, and the middle door is the mirror right here. So if I flip this around, it's going to be in the middle with these hinges. So these 2 doors are the same, and then this door. And how you want to do the hinges is you want this like that, and you want that to go in a hole, bam, like that. Screw all of them in, put them for every door, and then I can hold up the door like this and put my foot under it, and I can make sure everyone's in the middle. You know, everything's perfect, and it's real easy because you don't have to, at the end, you know, it's just hard to get these in here at the end to screw this screw. So it's much easier if you do it this way. So if you can see how I put all of them in. And then I held the door up and see, let's just say you put all these on first and you put them in the middle. You see how that's in the middle? But then you go down and this is off, and then you go down here and this is even more off. You see what I'm saying? And then they're not perfect, and that's gonna be hard to bend and get this in. So you wanna plug it into B as well. Perfect. Everything lines up doing it this way. If you are reading the directions, look how perfect that is. Moving on to the hinges. I like to put these hinges like this, just so if you're on this side, you can still grab it like that, and put this one like this. And then for this one, I like to flip it around and put it like that. You see? I like to flip it around, and that way, you know, you're right there. You can open it up like that. You can open it up like this, and you can still reach over and grab that one and open it. So there you have it. Nice wardrobe.